you.
Okay, I don't even know where to start because we've had a lot of more serious issues than even these other people. Not that I don't feel for you because I do. I actually was hoping, Don, that you could have a little visual, and I'm going to start out quickly by telling you our address. It's 999 Blissville Road in Castleton. Okay, our house was built around 1778. That was back when the Declaration of Independence was signed. We moved here in 1992. It was a very quiet, peaceful area. We did realize there were quarries behind our house, but we were told that they were inactive and would not be opened again. Um, well, I'm going to put this picture up so that hopefully you can see it. It shows our house, and you can see an area behind it where my husband's fingers are right here, where you can see it's just open. We have a greenhouse back here. Skip forward a couple years. This is what our property looks like. You can see the amount of rock, waste rock that was dumped behind our house. Okay, this forms like a mountain. So you can just imagine all the noise, dust, dirt, truck noise, beepers. And we haven't even gotten to the blasting yet. This blasting has gotten really crazy. We have had the rock fly out of the quarry on numerous times in 2003, 2006. Numerous times in between where it has landed on our property, hit houses across the road. Um, it has cracked our foundation, cracked our sheetrocking in the house, and it has endangered our lives because numerous times we were out there. We have contacted everybody in the state, all the police, every representative, everybody in office. And this last time was in July 16th of this year. The rock landed in our yard. It went through a roof across the street from us and came through the floorboards in the attic and was hanging out on the second story ceiling. My husband's going to hold up a rock just to show you. This is one of the small rocks that landed, okay? We had a rock land almost, they said, with the trajectory, about a half mile away from the quarry. And as I showed you those pictures there, you can see how high that berm was. The quarry sits down below that, so you can imagine what force it took to blow that rock from inside the quarry up over that giant berm and out into the neighboring yards. And it landed probably about a foot. My husband had to duck. He heard rock whizzing over his head. And he can show you on this picture, it landed about a couple feet from where he was standing. And if he hadn't ducked, it probably would have hit him. This is another one that was close to it. Mind you, this rock flew out of the quarry, sheared apple tree branches off, hit the ground, took a 2 or 3 foot divot out of the soil where it peeled back the sod, landed, broke again apart, and then it hit 70 feet away from that, landed into our dog's fence, and then it shattered further after that, endangered our dog's life and my husband's life directly. We have it a foot away from our foundation and our electric box of the house, all throughout my garden, and hundreds of pieces all over my property. It landed on Blissville Road. If cars had been going by, people could have gotten killed. It landed out in yards where children were playing, and this is unacceptable. And I said, you know, this quarry does not fall under Act 50 because of a little law, Act 30, which exempts quarries. It is slate quarries. It is the only entity in Vermont that does not fall under Act 250. Just for these safety issues alone, I mean, we shouldn't, our lives have been in danger here. We are terrified. They're supposed to be using whistles to go off before the blast. But even that, does that make any one of you people feel safe if you have a 3-minute window to run? And where are we supposed to run? Our house? We've already had rock come through the house across the street. I don't know what they are going to do, but I know something has to be done because, like I said, this has happened numerous times and everything has been documented. And there are laws in the town that should protect us, but because of Act 30, they don't fall under Act 250. But even now hearing about Act 250, I'm a little scared because I wonder where it is going to stop and what's going to have to be done to get these people to fall under the rules and regulations that are actually in effect and out there, because they need to do something to enforce it. This is ridiculous. And we've also, as my husband's pointing out, we've also had trash and debris thrown, right over the hills, right behind our house, dumped while we're sitting there watching them do it, and we're filming. They have a blatant regard for any kind of rules and regulations, and something needs to be done. And I guess on that note, I'm going to leave it because I don't know what else to say.
Thank you, Jayne. And Jayne and Larry, just for my record here, your last name is?
Nicklaw.